the same since I love that hoe. I haven't been the same since I lost my bro. I said I'm gonna change, but I know I won't. I get high, I love to smoke. She gon' lie like I'm a joke. You wanna take flights across the coast? Buddy, it's Madison here again with another video to all you guys watching right now. So today's topic is talking about the hard stuff. And I'm not very well at doing this, to be honest. I've grown up not talking about my feelings at all. Well, I do, but only to the ones that, you know, like won't really say anything. Like my best friend, my mother, my father, my stepdad, my siblings, especially my siblings. Probably that would be the most who I talk about my problems to, would be my sister. So this is going to be a really big challenge for me, talking about the things that really impacted my life growing up, and the things that hurt me, made me feel sad, you know, depressed, alone, you know, just feeling like I'm the only one in this world and I have no one to really, like, you know, talk to about it. But there's always going to be those people that are like, oh, you shouldn't talk about the hard stuff, you know? Well, that's a lie. A big fat should be able to talk about your problems, always. So I did make I think it's called a poll. I'm stupid, I don't know what it's called, but it's like on Instagram where you type one thing, type the other, and then all your friends that are following you, like, pick them, you know? I'm dumb, but okay. So did that, and one was tour of my life, and one was talk about the hard stuff. And of course, talk about the hard stuff one. Woo! Alrighty, guys. So let's start by saying, after I was born, me, my older sister, and my mother went to go see my father in Guatemala. So we flew a plane all the way from Washington to Guatemala, and we went there and saw him, stayed there for, well, my mother and my sister stayed there for a couple months. This is where, like, you know, some of the stuff gets down. So, my sister and my mother left me, or whatever you say, left me, flew away, I guess. But supposedly my dad wanted me to stay there in Guatemala, and he was going to fly me out in a couple of months when my grandma was flying to Washington. So I stayed there until I was 4 years old. 2004 is when I moved back to Washington. So more of this stuff got to me the more older I got, because the more I thought about how I didn't feel wanted, because as soon as my dad got a other wife and other kids, I thought I was getting abandoned, you know, like no one really wanted me. So then my dad flew me to see my mom. I only spoke Spanish. I had no clue what English really was. So it was really hard trying to communicate with my mother and my sisters on what I wanted, if I was feeling sad. So I felt really alone then. But I remember I felt so, like, just taken away from my place, that I always had a picture of me and my dad under my pillow, and I would always just be crying every night, and I would, you know, like, pick up my pillow and there's a picture of me and my dad. So I had a couple, I don't know if it was a year or a couple of months of me doing that, you know, the sadness, being away from the, you know, my father that I was raised by. So, that was pretty hard. Felt very abandoned from both of my parents, from my mom and my dad. Like, my mom left me in Guatemala. My dad made me move to Washington with people I did not know. That's probably one of the hardest things. I grew up thinking that I wasn't wanted. I felt like that my whole life until probably like 3 years ago. 2 probably. But yeah, it just hurt feeling like you weren't enough for somebody, or you weren't, you know, like, they didn't love you that much. But I know they loved me. That's the thing now. Once you get older, you understand more of what happened, more of, you know, I love my parents no matter what, but it was a hard thing. My mom did go into a lot of relationships, you know, off and on, just not very well, you know, well well ones. And as me growing up, I went to house, to school, you know. It was just a lot of moving going on. And that I couldn't really change that because, you know, it's my mother's life, you know, like we're her kids. We just gotta like go along with what she's doing. Like it's just, it wasn't it's not in my control to change what happened then. But I have to say that put a big impact on my other two sisters and me. It was just hard not really having a mother growing up because, you know, she was off doing her own little thing. That's another issue that I had growing up, is that feeling abandoned with that too, you know, like me and my sisters were just pretty much going place to place, living there, you know, and yeah, so that was a really big, hard, tough spot. But I'm glad that I got my sisters through all that stuff and that we all went through it together, because knowing now that I can, you know, I can be now and I can be like, you know, we did that together. And I'm very proud of what we've been through. And yeah, they are my #1 supporters and I love them to death. But if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't, like, I would be going through all that stuff by myself, and that would have been probably worse than it is. Alright, so another hard thing that I'm going to talk about is my schooling. So, school was really a hard thing for me. I just had really, like, I just wouldn't listen, or I wouldn't understand. That would be a big thing, is I didn't understand any of the homework. I didn't understand what was going on around me. So I had really bad problems with homeworks. I remember like sitting on the kitchen table and my mom just telling me it's okay, don't cry, but I'm literally just sitting there looking at this freaking paper, not knowing what the hell it's about, just crying. Like literally crying. I just didn't understand it, and I don't know, like that was a really hard moment. And when I moved to California for a bit, I went to school down there. It was a uniform only school, and so they used to give us just fucking stacks of homework for no reason. And I would be, you know, the kid that would just be sitting there looking at it, crying, not understanding it, even after my mom explained to me like a couple of times, like, come on, Maddie, get your crap together, like, you know, like, it's not that hard. Million of other kids are doing it, like, why can't you do it, you know? But I'm saying this to myself because, you know, this is embarrassing. Like, I can't do my own homework. So my one day, you know, my mom had enough of it, you know. Obviously I don't understand it, I'm not getting it, you know. Is there different things I can do? Can you teach me better? Can you, you know, teach me on your own time? Things like that. So my mom made a note, and it really did say that Madison's not getting the homework. Is there anything that you can help doing? You know, all that stuff. And what I remember, it was like, oh my god, I had a moment of stupidity. This teacher literally read this note to the whole class about me. Oh my god, I felt so stupid. And just be aware that I was in 2nd grade. 2nd grade, and this lady blew up this note that my mother sent to my teacher in front of the whole class. After that moment, I went home crying my eyes out, telling my mom that I do not want to go to this school. I'm just done, you know, like, this is hard and all that. And my mom dropped me out of school. Like, I was done with school. That was a very moment of stupidity for me. I felt like I was stupid, and everyone thought I was stupid as well. I didn't mean to, like, make me feel like I needed more help than everyone else, because I understand other people need help too, but it's something about school through my, you know, like the beginning of the years, I just had a really bad time with it, and I just don't understand it. And in California, it literally made me look stupid. But that's one of the hard things, you know. But yeah. Sorry about that. Alright, so I'm not talking about another hard thing. I felt very out of place I know I've always tried to make friends and, you know, tried to make the best friends and the most popular friends, but I've always felt left out. I never felt like, you know, I really fit in or was really like those other people, but I always just felt left out. So when I moved back to Washington, as time went on, my dad did come back, and I don't know why, like, I felt good with him, you know, but as time went, you know, as time went by, I just felt very unloved by my father. Like, I knew he loved me, but I felt like unloved because I wasn't, you know, like, it was always about his other family. It was never really about us, you know. He has 2 other kids with my stepmother, and I just felt like every time I had the moment to hang out with my dad or to, you know, spend time with him, it was just always attention on the other 2 kids or his other wife, and it just sucked, you know. Like, it sucked feeling unwanted, especially when I have a little sister and she has the same father as me, and she feels really bad about that because I've been through it, you know. Like, I understand now, like, maybe, you know, like, I understand that. Like, I understand why my father's like that, and he's just like that. That's just him. But he has hurted me. He has hurt my little sister, and that's a really hard thing to talk about, is my father, because I just wanted so much attention from him because, you know, I was raised by him. So, you know, I really wish that we had more time together and more talks. I wish we were closer as a daughter and father, you know. But things happen, you know. You don't get everything the way you want. So everyone's just doing their own thing now, and, you know, I moved to Everett, so it's like I'm not really around my family anymore. Like, it really sucks. Sometimes I literally lay in my bed and I'm just crying my eyes out for no reason, and then I just remember, and then I just, like, think about it, and I'm like, oh my god, I miss my mom, I miss my siblings, you know. It just sucks. So I just got caught into some bad things, and not really around much around my family, you know, like my mom and my siblings. I was always trying to find a way to leave the house. I was really never home. Like, I just got myself into bad things, you know, and I really do regret that because it did ruin the relationship between me and my mother really bad. For a couple of months, I really did not trust her. I really did not want to talk to her. I really hated her, and I just wish that I never felt that way towards my mom, you know. Like, it wasn't her fault. She wanted the best for me, and I did not see that at all. You know, I was young, I was stupid. I'm still young and stupid, but it was just something fun to do. I felt alone again, so I, you know, did things that I wouldn't have ever done, and it just got me in a really bad place with my mom, and I moved for a couple months. But that was another hard thing. I moved from somewhere where the house was full of people, never a peep. Like, there was never a peep of freaking silence in that house. It was just always loud all the time. Loud, loud, loud. And I moved to my aunt's house, which only had 2 other people living in the house. And it's a pretty big house, to be honest. So there's a lot of room. And around that time, I just felt lonely again. Like, I would just be, all I really would do here is just be on my phone or my computer, you know, just in my own feelings. I didn't have friends over here. I went to a school that I really didn't have friends, you know. Like, there were those people that were like, oh, you know, come into our group, come join us, you know. Like, it wasn't like that. I seriously went to the library, like, every lunch, before school, because we used to go there before the bell would ring, so I'd have to hang out at the library. So I felt really lonely there, and it just sucks knowing that I could be living here and no one would really care if I was moving here, you know. Like, yeah, I understand my mom and all that, they probably cared, but it just sucked that I didn't have, you know, I didn't really have those people that were like, oh, I miss you, come back, you know. Like, that's why I stayed. Like, it was just so silent, and just, you were always in your own thoughts. You never were really, like, doing things so that you could just be unsad, you know. And from coming from a situation that was really upsetting over there, and then moving over here with the same, you know, all the stuff that happened, but by myself with no one. I pushed everyone away. I literally pushed everyone away just so I could be happy. And that's the hard thing, is like, I wasn't happy, you know, like I wasn't happy at all. I just was lonely. I needed someone, you know. It sucked. I did bad things because I thought that it was gonna make me happier at the end, but it really didn't. It just it pretty much just built it up over and over again, and I pretty much was just sad the whole time. But after that happened, second semester came and I decided to go back to Cedro because, you know, like I decided that we needed to like fix things between me and my mom. We started going to counseling. Counseling has been, like my mom's always been the yay for counseling. Like it helps you should talk about your feelings, all that. Got connected with a counselor. She did not click for me. I seriously felt uncomfortable talking to this lady, and so then a couple months after happened, like a couple months went by, I seriously didn't go to counseling. It just kept building and building. I got really depressed. I went onto antidepressant pills. That helped me a little bit, but really inside my head and inside me, I was just like, what the frick? I don't need no pills to make me happy. Like, no one needs pills to make yourself happy. Like, it's more of a help than a need, you know? Pretty much. But there's always going to be those people that do need, you know, pills to help them out because, you know, something is just really triggering them. But to me, I really didn't think that I needed pills to think that I was going to be okay. You know, like my mom, you know, told me that maybe antidepressant pills were going to be a good thing for me, you know, and it did help for a bit, you know, it did help. But I slowly got off of them and I just stopped taking them. And my counselor just kept telling me, are you taking these pills? And I would lie. Yes, you know, I'm all happy. I'm taking these pills. Yeah. But I wasn't. I really wasn't. And I don't know if it was like me doing it on my own or I was actually hurting, but just telling myself that I was okay, you know. But I did go to counseling, and then I got connected with another counselor, and she was pretty cool. She was like a hippie, you know, like she had forest sounds in her office, so it was like all calm and crap. But me and her got along, and I really talked about it a lot. Me and her talked about a lot of things. And I'm telling her exactly what I'm telling you guys, that I felt lonely. Like I've done pretty much everything that I've done because I felt lonely. Like I felt like I was not, you know, like taken seriously from anybody. My mother, she has 7 children, you know, like she has a lot of children. She has a lot of children, so it's kind of hard to have a one-on-one with your mother sometimes. And maybe if I had more of that stuff, maybe I would have been a little bit better back then, because I wouldn't have felt so lonely. But so counseling was one of the things that I did try to do, and it succeeded for a bit until, you know, I was a little bit older, and I was just like, dude, this is stupid, you know, like I've talked about my feelings, like she already knows, and you know, all I'm doing is freaking coloring freaking feelings on this freaking chart, saying how I feel and how I don't feel. And I just felt like that wasn't really, like, it helped me for a bit. It really did let everything go, because I finally talked to someone that I knew I wasn't gonna ever see, like, outside, or like she wasn't gonna tell anybody, because like, why would she tell people about my own problems, you know? So that was a really big help, was the counseling. And I'm glad my mom got me into that, because you know, sometimes it's best to just talk about your feelings instead of, like I said, stacking them up until you explode and just can't talk anymore. Like, it just, so that was a really good thing. So on my other, like, first video, I was talking about how my mom was pregnant, and now I have a little brother, and his name's Baby Jack. His name's Jackson, but he is the cutest thing ever. And I just, from what I've been through with my parents and my other siblings, my 2 other siblings, I just hope that the younger ones get the best that they can have, and they have been given the best, you know, like they get love from both of their parents. They have everything going for them. Like, they went to Disney World and, you know, Volcano Bay when they were younger. Like, I just wish I was, you know, had more of that kind of, you know, that childhood. But it's okay, because what happened to me made me the person I am today, and I'm very proud of the person who I am. I'm a strong, independent woman, and I don't really need anybody, to be honest. I don't. But I am very blessed with the people I have in my life, because without them, I probably wouldn't be here. Alright, so another thing, you know, about the hard stuff. When I was 8 years old, something really bad happened to me. The thing is that I didn't really tell anybody until probably like 2 years ago, when something happened in my family, which occurred around, you know, like, it happened, it's kind of around the same, you know, subject of stuff. But I finally, my mom was talking about it, and we were in the bathroom, I actually remember, and she was talking about what happened and with another family member of mine, and I literally just let it go and told her about it. She hugged me and she cried, and I never felt so relief, you know, because I've been holding that in since I was 8 years old. I was scared to tell anybody, because I just felt like I was like, you know, someone was gonna hurt me, or, you know, no one was gonna believe me. Like, who believes an 8-year-old when something bad happens, you know? So I told my mom, and well, everyone, you know, my whole family knows about it, but I'm not gonna really go into detail on what happened, because it's a really hard thing to talk about, because you know. But just know that it's okay to say, my life sucks, I feel alone, I'm tired, you know, I miss my boyfriend, I miss my mom, I miss, you know, I feel depressed today. Today's not a very good day. Because you know what? Not everybody's gonna have a good day every day. Like, if that's not even like you could, but being human, you're not always gonna have a good day. There's always gonna be shit going on in your life, and things that are gonna be like, well, God, ugh, like, what? God, help me. Like, what are you doing to me? That's always a thing that goes through my head. And I don't know why, like, God, why are you doing this to me? Like, what did I do? But it's like, everybody, like, God does things to everybody for a reason. And, to be honest, I wouldn't change it any other way, the shit that I went through, because, it made me me. So, yeah. Luna Bear! Hi! She's my puppy girl. Yes. If you guys like this video, please give a thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs down if you don't. And down below is the subscribe button. So why don't you push it? Okay. Hi everybody, this is Madsy City 33 with another video. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you do like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you don't, then please give a thumbs down. And the subscribe button is right below this video. Right below it. Why can't you just push a button? Literally, just push freaking button, okay? But yeah, oh my gosh. But yeah, guys, I will see you guys with another video, and I will be doing another Instagram thing for it. So please add me on Instagram. It's Madsy City 33, exactly just like my profile YouTube name, my YouTube username. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you guys enjoy the next one that's coming out you guys soon. I'm just slacking. I've been slacking, and I need to stop slacking, because who wants a slacker, right? Am I right? All right, well, you guys all have a great night or great day, you know, whatever you guys are doing. But yeah, please subscribe. Woo!